So yeah, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about Glory Home and what's happening here in Thailand. I've been coming back and forward to Thailand since about 2007, and in that time I've been building relationships with local people that mostly have children's homes. But then in 2012 I just put my feelers out to see if there was a need to care for the elderly and disabled, which I found out that there was. And so with the help of some inheritance that I received, I was able to purchase this property here at Glory Home, which has been absolutely brilliant. That was at the end of 2012. And since that time, just residents have come here to live. We've got about 10 different rooms. We've got 8 of those rooms full at the moment with residents, so we've got about 17 residents here at the moment, and we've got 2 carers that live here permanently and that care for them. Well, I suppose what's been I've noticed in Thailand is that there is really no help for people that need help. There's many children's homes here, which is fantastic to give children an opportunity of an education and help for the future. But I've noticed that there's not really anything there for people with disability or aged care people. And so people that are unable to work and don't have any family caring for them are really living in a begging situation. And the kindness of the people around them, you know, the kindness of the village people around them who are also struggling to meet the needs of their own family. And often it's not just mum and dad and 2 kids. Often there's aunts and uncles and cousins and lots of other extended family. You might have a family of 12 people living in one small room up in the village. And so having Glory Home has really enabled there to be a place where people that don't have anything, don't have anybody, don't have any money, don't have a home, don't have a roof over their heads, don't have any family that can care for them, and then to have a place here that they can come to and feel loved and secured, and just know that they don't have to get moved on, they don't have to go to another village, they don't have to try and find their food from somewhere tomorrow, they don't have to scavenge in the garbage bins. We've got a young man who was from Burma, and he was working on a building site, and he had a terrible accident, became a paraplegic, and because he was working illegally at the time in Thailand, he had no coverage for his accident at all. Went back to where he was living before, which is just a concrete room shared with a couple of other people in absolute squalor and filth. He had 3rd-degree burns to his lower legs because he didn't know that boiling water had been spilled on them. He was very thin and emancipated when he came to us. And he came to us immediately. Upon seeing him, we transferred him into the truck and brought him here. 3 months later, he had a big smile on his face, and he'd filled out, and his burns were healed. And one of the other paraplegics here has taught him how to transfer himself from the bed to the chair, how to wash himself, how to look after himself as a paraplegic. And so they very much like to help one another, which is just brilliant. I've got a family here who have had 5 children, and all 5 children have died, and which is quite tragic. And they were actually caring for their 2 granddaughters up in the village, and then a cousin came along and wanted to sell the 2 granddaughters, beautiful girls aged about 10 and 12. Thank the Lord that was discovered, and the 2 girls have gone to a children's home, and their grandparents live here. I've got another young family here whose a mother had a child with a severe disability at birth, cerebral palsy, severe disability, and her husband just left her with the baby with the severe disability, and with her daughter, another daughter, and they were just living in a concrete shell. She was unable to work and just living off handouts from whoever she could get. And they were our second lot of people here, and they've come here and fitted in really, really well. And everybody helps her. Everybody helps her look after the little boy, and everybody helps her. They all help one another. There's great community here. There's some training going on. We've had just this last couple of months, 3 people have done training in massage therapy, which is wonderful. A local NGO around the corner here has been able to help set some people up with a certificate in massage that they can use actually between different Asian countries, which has been brilliant. And one of the guys has just latched onto that, and he now actually goes round to different houses and does massages, and he actually showed me his wallet with money in it, which was very exciting.
Por la tanga, caimán peor que va. Venga, paisa, venga, y que sea vida. Y ya, si veo que está, todo lo. Entonces, venga, y que se me la vea. Una chunga que se vea, pero vídeo, o chunga más ya. Digo, o chunga yo. No hay que evitar para todo, caimán que vea.
มัน6 ปีแล้ว7 ปีแล้วครับจบก่อช่างวางแผนชีวิตไม่ถูกเหมือนกันนะครับก่อนหน้านี้นะครับก่อนจะมารู้จักที่นี่นะครับเพราะว่าเรื่องบางครั้งก็ไปอยู่กับก็ดีรู้จักอาจารย์ชูชักคิดจากที่1ใช่ไหมครับนี่จริงไรว่าเขาคนนั้นก็เป็นเพื่อนกับอาจารย์พิชาติเพื่อนผมหรือว่าพ่อเฒ่าแม่เฒ่าหรือว่าเพื่อนข้างห้องอะไรข้างบ้านอะไรเนี่ยไม่สบายจะพาไปหาหมอบางครั้งก็ไปจ่ายตลาดที่นู่นที่นี่ไปส่งทุกที่เลยครับ
Just in recent times, Glory Home has had the opportunity of being registered with the government in Thailand, which gives it a lot of credibility. So it's registered under the name of Living Life Care Centre, and this is like the first home that'll be under Living Life Care Centre. And so that's really good. It means that they just can't come in and shut the door on us, you know. I'd like to see another property purchase in the future that people can live in safety and security, but still be able to farm the land a bit, still be able to grow their own vegetables, still be able to grow pigs and chickens and live in a community together without the fear of needing to move on because they can't pay their rent or they can't grow their food. So I can see that happening in the future. So Glory Home at the moment is primarily financed by myself. I do have my own church at home now, praise God, supporting Glory Home, Life Church Newcastle, great church to go to, and they've been a wonderful support and really encouraging. I've got a couple of friends here now from that church. I have my brother sponsoring me regularly, and I've got another friend sponsoring, so it's starting to come in, which is really wonderful. So in the future, I can see the rooms being sponsored. There are 11 rooms altogether that can house residents and the carers. Even just to have 10 rooms sponsored by individuals or by a group of people, by a church, by a garden club, by a motorbike club or anything like that, you know, would just be brilliant. So I feel very blessed to be able to have set this home up and to be able to help provide for the people in a physical way, in a mental way, but also in a spiritual way. So there's a lot of Christian input into the home here. The carers here used to be pastors. A number of them that came to us were Buddhists, which is great. We welcome all faiths into Glory Home. And then they discover Jesus and how much Jesus has changed their life, and they find the truth in him, and it's really exciting. We get a real buzz out of seeing people come to the Lord and grow their relationship with Jesus, and they were really good people.
我要下地看了，看了家里人，都还没说，我也没个看，这个那个当然可以。